Welcome back to the Mouth Breathers podcast. Today we're going to talk about Stranger Things Season 3, Episode 4, the Sauna Test. I'm your host, Connor.
That was a flawless intro. Oh my god,
You're
that
welcome.
was so good.
This was actually my 6th attempt, but it's okay.
I'm the other host, Morgan.
And I'm the final host, Xavier.
We got a pretty wild episode for you today, guys.
Oh god.
It was a good episode.
This was a really good episode.
I would probably say this is the episode that kind of kicks things off for, like, the latter half of the season, like, really getting crazy.
Yeah, because you get introduced to, the monster.
Oh, yeah. This is the episode where everyone's storylines actually start to, ramp up and get good.
Exactly. You finally see the kids start coming together a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much Scoop Squad. Scoop Squad's still their own little deal, but...
Scoop Troop.
Scooped.
Well, there's a bunch of
Scoop
names.
Troop, dude.
Okay,
No.
Scoop Troop.
Scoops Ahoy.
Scoop Troop. Scoop Ahoy is still their own...
Steve and his merry band of misfits.
They're their own little group, but their storyline definitely keeps taking off even more.
But you see 11 and Max kind of come back together with the other kids
yeah.
because, they had that big breakup, so they're kind of separated, but they start coming back together this episode. So that was really fun to watch.
Yes. Who wants to lead us in, guys?
Why don't you?
Why don't I?
Yeah, you did the
Okay.
intro. It's only right.
I'll start us off, guys, okay? So we're going to start off this episode not with 11 and Max, where it does start, okay? We're going to start it with Billy. My boy Billy.
The main character of
Really?
every
The main
single
character.
episode.
Really everyone's favorite character at this point, up to this point.
Best character in the whole show.
He's so good.
We're going to start this episode off with Billy and end it with Billy. It's just on two
That
highs.
is true. We are going to do that. So the first time we see Billy this episode, it cuts to the warehouse back, where Billy got captured and everything. And Heather and Billy are there, and Heather's parents that you saw kind of get beaten up and captured last episode are all tied up. And what you see is Heather's parents begging, they're you can stop this, you can stop this. She can't stop this. She's not even Heather anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Heather tells them, there's no stopping this.
It'll all be over soon.
It'll all be over soon, And then the monster appears, and we don't know what. It's just weird. It really looks like if you took the Demogorgon from season 1, made it a lot bigger, and turned it inside out.
It looks like a big spider.
Remember how
Big
the
spider.
rats look when they exploded? Think of thousands of those formed into some giant tentacle monster. That's basically what it
Yeah.
Did you guys notice it had horns too, like the devil? That was freaky.
I don't think it had horns, dude.
It did. I noticed it.
I'm
This episode,
900% sure it did
when
not
we
have
watched it
horns.
before the podcast today, I noticed it. It was
I don't-
wild.
Are you scared? Did it
I'm
spook you?
scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Morgan actually held a oak cross at the TV.
He threw holy water at the TV.
He threw holy water at my TV and really ruined everything.
After we get done recording this, I'm gonna sage our whole apartment. But yeah, so that just kind of sets the tone for the rest of the episode.
But what happens with it is the monster walks up and it attaches these 2 tentacles to Billy's mom, not Billy, Heather's mom and dad, and this weird stuff's coming out. Everyone's screaming. Okay.
Those suckers.
Yeah, but that's the end of the scene, and that's where we're gonna cut for Billy for a while, and we'll move on next to Jonathan and Nancy.
Arguably the best storyline.
Definitely the best storyline in Stranger Things right now.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good. Really quality. It's definitely not the worst.
No one would ever say that.
No, who could not like Jonathan and Nancy?
Well, we do get to see one of my favorite characters, Miss Driscoll, come back.
Oh yes.
After, in the previous episode, you saw her complete freak out where she's eating, bleach.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, fertilizer.
Yeah, she's eating bleach.
I was trying to think of something else that said...
Them Tide Pods, man.
Yeah, Tide
She
Pods.
was scarfing down them pods.
Yeah.
No, she's eating fertilizer this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was...
Tide was shitting their pants
But-
watching this episode. This
yeah.
is just too close to home.
But this scene actually starts off with Miss Driscoll getting wheeled out of her house by the police, and she's freaking out. She's
Yeah.
you gotta let me out, you gotta let me out.
And, the cops and the EMS show up, and the cops are like, what in God's name is, going on here? They don't even know what's happening. So, John and Nancy are onto something, but the paper still won't give them any credit.
I mean, and so it cuts from there to Jonathan and Nancy back at work. And everyone's kind of making fun of them, especially Nancy, because these guys are the worst. These guys are worse. These guys are worse than the main villain of the show. Okay, they're just such dicks.
They're male chauvinist.
sexist. assholes.
Is 100% true.
Did I use that term in the
I don't
right?
know what you said.
Somebody said that at work today, so I just assumed it had been sexist or something.
Morgan doesn't know anything.
That was Morgan's word of the day.
Morgan said his word of the day today.
Male chauvinist. We think it means sexist.
So, everyone's making fun of Nancy.
Yeah. So,
Everyone's making fun of Jonathan, and they decide to go in, and so they get called into the boss's office.
Mm-hmm.
and he does not look good.
But who is he?
He's Heather's dad.
He's Heather's
Uh-huh.
dad.
And he is sweating, and he looks just like Billy. He's got the same effects.
if
like-
you watch the scene, they film it kind of like at an angle, definitely kind of get the point across there's something wrong with this guy. He's
Yeah.
not healthy.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
calls him into their office, and he just goes on this tangent. And it's not that big of a tangent because the things he's saying are basically what he's been trying to tell him all along. Don't pursue the story. Stop. You guys, it's not worth it. But now we kind of know why he's, reiterating it now.
I don't know. I think he does a really good job in this scene.
He does.
That's probably the best acting for that character. Because he lays his foot down and he's just
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a strong force just telling them you messed up. This is why you messed up. Now we're screwed. You screwed all of us over. And I'm he's right too. And the thing is he's right.
Mm-hmm. And this, you might not get this, but since he's possessed by whatever he's possessed by.
He's Blade.
Yeah, the mind flare. He's the perfect amount of emotional, but not too emotional.
Mm-hmm.
He's angry, but he's not angry to where it's okay, he's an angry human, but he's
He's awkward in everything he does.
yeah, because he's possessed, but he's still
He's angry, but there's something off about it.
There's something off
Exactly.
about him the entire scene, and anyone can tell. But basically, he fires them.
Yep.
He fires them. That's as simple as.
who was
simple as that.
surprised. I was.
Who was surprised? Yeah, and it cuts to their drive home.
It's
and
awkward.
It's not awkward. It's a doozy. Okay, they're fighting,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, Jonathan is arguing that, hey, you don't understand what it's like to be poor. You grew up super rich. I have to pay for all this stuff. And Nancy's arguing, hey, you understand what it's like to be a woman working with all these sexist pigs.
Male chauvinist.
I don't think
Wow,
you know.
he uses word of the day twice.
Stop using your word. You can only use it once. We gave you one word per limit. One word limit at the start of this.
Okay.
But,
I mean, both of them have good points, but
I mean,
I'm a little bit more on Nancy's side. Maybe just because I'm seeing it as the audience, and I know what else is happening in the story.
I feel like
here's my thing.
Jonathan's a bigger dick about the situation. He's
I don't think-
you want everything handed to you on a silver platter, and she's like, you're not a woman. You don't know what this is like to be discriminated against.
I mean, they both have good points, I think. And, it's one of those things where I think they both understand where each other are coming from, but they're both upset in the moment, and that's why you kind of
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And that's kind of where, this divide happens between them. They're just so upset about this that they both got fired.
They're too proud.
They're too emotional in that moment to admit the fact that I think they both understand each other's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just wish Jonathan, expressed a little bit more throughout the show that he understood, because he always kind of just oh, it's okay, just go to work and it'll be fine, But
Yeah.
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
That's just a tough environment to work in. Can you imagine being in that situation?
No,
I think I would quit at that, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't work in that situation.
But, this scene ends with them being we don't understand each other anymore. And then it just cuts away. It doesn't.
So they break up.
It doesn't leave you. You don't know if they broke up for sure.
Well,
but it left things on uncertain terms. That's for sure.
It was less certain.
It's a little rocky for me.
Nancy gets home and she locks herself in a room.
It wasn't as set in stone as the
I
11
dump
Mike.
your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Dump your ass.
Yeah.
But not 11. Nancy locks herself in her room, and she goes home, locks herself in her room. Then Miss Wheeler shows up, everyone's favorite leading lady, and she's like, "Hey Nancy, you good?" Nancy does not respond.
Yeah.
But eventually Nancy comes out.
She opens the door and lets her mom in, and
No, they don't go in her room.
well,
You go down to the kitchen, actually.
Yeah.
They go to the kitchen.
it's hard.
Yeah, and they're just talking to each
He-
other.
he
They have a
didn't
really
watch the
good
episode.
heart to heart.
I did.
It's It's a really good moment between those two.
It is
It's
a
probably
good-
Nancy's strongest moment. Maybe.
Maybe.
Of the episode, at least.
I was gonna say Mrs. Wheeler's strongest moment, but I definitely forgot about the whole Billy scene
No.
where she's.
Uh,
That's like got to be her peak.
you know what?
Oh, she peaked.
This is Mrs. Wheeler season. You know, she does a great job.
Hot girl
Right.
season.
We went
That-
back and watched season 1, and Miss Wheeler has really
had a
glowed
glow
up.
up.
She glowed up. They dyed her hair blonde.
Mr. Wheeler low key steals the whole first season. He-
Mr. Wheeler is hilarious. Okay, Mike and Nancy's dad, top number one man.
What does he say when he's at the dinner table and he says something that's just
He's like, "What I do?"
He's like, what I do.
Every time. The man is amazing. The
Mr.
man's-
Wheeler is just straight up that typical guy that's like, he's worked 40 hours a week.
No,
He's just trying
60
to provide,
hours a week.
60 hours a week trying to provide for his family. And he gets home, he's exhausted, and nobody relates to him. And he's just like, ugh.
Oh.
I wonder what he looks like in real life because he pulls off that like boring ass dad look so perfectly.
He
The
does.
glasses, the shape of his head, the haircut.
He looks kind of like you.
Ouch. Yikes.
Ask Morgan
You
in 30
know,
years.
Morgan didn't want that.
Make sure to Photoshop my headshot in the pictures.
Morgan's like a Wheeler. He's like a Mr. Wheeler, and I'm like a Hopper.
No. That's
You
wrong
can't
for
grow a
both of you.
mustache.
I'm sorry.
I just want to get this out there. We actually did take BuzzFeed Stranger Things characters quizzes, and who did you get, Xavier?
Please say
Who
Will.
did you get?
Please say Will.
No, it was...
He
I
got.
thought I got Dustin.
No, you didn't get
Who
Dustin.
did I get?
You don't remember who you got?
Was it Lucas?
Joyce.
No,
It was Joyce.
It
Who- who
wasn't
did I get?
Joyce. He got Nancy.
I got Nancy.
He got Nancy. I just want to get it out there, just to let every listener know. He got Nancy.
Well, what did you get? You got Mike.
I got Mike. Yeah.
You
What's
probably
wrong
cheated
with
on the test.
Nancy? Huh?
There's nothing wrong with Nancy, but you don't really strike me as a Nancy.
Why? I remember it said like she's a loyal.
You know, Morgan. Okay, we're gonna
She's
talk about the episode. You
strong-willed.
take the quiz right now.
Didn't you?
Fine. I'm not gonna take.
Wait, didn't you get Will?
No, I got Mike. What are you talking about? Remember, I took like 5 quizzes.
He cheated.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
totally.
He didn't like his results, so he
4
like,
out of
kept
5 were
changing-
Mike.
He kept changing the
One
quiz.
was Will.
Was it your first one?
Huh? My first one was Mike. I think it was Mike. My second one was Will.
Wow.
Damn it.
I'm a Will. I've played D&D before, guys.
I would pay to see him take that quiz 5 times in a row and get Will.
It was a different. I took different quizzes.
Yeah,
I didn't
he-
take the same quiz.
He took different quizzes because he was like, I'm not happy with these results. I don't
My
wanna-
first quiz was Mike.
Did you not
I
want to
don't
get
wanna
Mike?
be
Well, Mike's kind of a dick in
He
season
wanted
3.
to get Dustin. He thought he was
I
like,
wish I
oh,
could
he's
get
like, oh, I'm
Dustin.
such a Dustin.
You
I'm
kinda
I
such
want
a
to get a.
Dustin.
I want to get a Steve.
You're never gonna get Steve.
I wish I could get a Steve, but I'm only a
If
Dustin.
Jesus took the test, he would be Steve. But that is the only person.
Stevie, my Lord and Savior. Steve
We're starting
us.
our own religion.
Are we going to the next storyline now?
Yeah, we can go to the next one.
We're cutting off before-
So ends with the heart to heart with her mom, and Nancy's like, "Oh, Mom, you've taught me everything."
Yeah, it's a really strong scene. Really emotional.
Next thing, Scoop Troop.
Troop.
Scoop Squad.
The joke is that I keep accidentally saying Scoop Squad. Okay, there you go. The listeners
Tell
know
them the
now.
joke. No, it's a secret. It's
Scoop
our secret joke.
Troop.
Scoop Troop, Scoop Squad, Scoop Ahoy. So, Dustin is watching the Russians. This is where the scene comes in. And he notices that they need a key card to get into the secret room with the gate to see what's in the boxes. He was like, the only problem is they have like really big guns, and Steve is like, I'll take him out. And Dustin goes,
You've never won a fight.
you have never won a fight in your life. And he was like, I have. Yeah, I totally have. And he was like, last year, Jonathan beat your ass. What's up?
Dude, that was so funny. I forgot all about that too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Steve, he's never won a fight.
Yeah, so anyways.
Okay, admittedly, Steve fought a Demogorgon in season 1 and somehow did miraculously well against
And the
it.
Dimmadogs. He beat the Dimmadogs' ass, too. You know that?
Dogs.
Steve
Dimmadog.
Steve can't beat humans in
This
a
is
fight.
Dick
okay?
Dimmadome with the
The
Dimmadogs.
Hey, the Dogs.
Oh, God. All right. That was a good show.
Yeah, dude, Fairly Odd Parents.
I
Everybody
miss
loves
that
stuff.
show.
Fairly Odd
Doug
Parents.
Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
I think that show is-
Dimmadome.
I think that show's still running.
Is it?
I think it's still on.
They're still making new
Here,
episodes.
let me look it up.
Wait. I think it is because I think in like the newer season, he has to share his Fairly Odd Parents.
No, he
with
gets
some girl.
they like adopt a.
No.
adopt-
This is after the dog, and the baby. It's like gone to.
No.
Is it over?
It ended in 2017.
We're 2 years too late.
Rest in
Guys,
peace.
you want to hear the worst
Fairly
thing in the
Odd
world?
Parents.
Okay, so the creator of SpongeBob, he said, don't do a spin-off for SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You know what happens? He dies.
Wait,
Nickelodeon, no joke, like 2 months later, we're making a spin-off for SpongeBob, guys. Everyone get excited.
No. With
Believe
who?
Wait, Tom Kenny died?
Squidward.
No, he's the voice actor.
Not Tom Kenny. Steven Hillenburg.
Oh, the creator of SpongeBob.
The creator.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the voice of SpongeBob.
No, SpongeBob
oh my
actually
god,
died.
I was like, Tom Kenny, he's like the voice actor in every animated TV show out there.
Every animated TV show?
Yeah.
If you look up a
He
cartoon...
actually plays Peter Griffin in Family Guy.
No,
No.
he doesn't.
I'm joking. You have to know that
I was like,
joking.
that's
I'm like,
talented.
Okay, wait. What is the spin-off show?
Why are we talking about this? I don't know what it is.
You brought it up.
You can't say SpongeBob spinoff
Hold
and
on.
not finish the story.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me look up Sponge. I'll find the SpongeBob. You guys keep talking about it. I'll find the SpongeBob spin-off show, okay?
All right. So they're watching the Russians. They're trying to find a way in. They're looking for a key. They see like the key card. They need it to get in, actually inside. But they also see that a big, strong Russian who has a huge gun has the key card, and they're like, we're not gonna be able to get around that.
So what do they do?
So then Robin starts making a plan. All right, she starts. Robin, probably one of the best characters of this season.
Robin's
smartest
definitely
one
the
in
smart
Scoop
one.
Squad.
All right?
Morgan.
She's smart and
literally-
cool.
Morgan ships Robin and Steve so hard.
Sorry, bud.
No,
They gotta
wait,
have-
they don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
Okay, they know.
Yeah,
we
they
all know
know.
it happens, but we're not going to say it explicitly because we're on episode 4.
Yeah.
But
We're-
God, don't we all want it to happen?
No. Sometimes the best thing
Listen, okay,
is
I
the
read
power of friendship.
I read a thing about Steve. Okay?
Asshole.
Think about it like this, okay? So think about it like this. Steve in season 1 has all his like dick friends, okay?
Yeah.
He loses all the friends in season 1 because he decides to be with Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
In season 2, he has Nancy. He doesn't really have a lot of friends. He doesn't have anyone. You know, him and Nancy breaks up with him and gets with Jonathan. The only friend he really has
Is
is Dustin.
Yeah.
And Dustin's what, like 10 years younger than him? Steve needs like a platonic friend, even just in general life.
Is it
and that's
not
what they
creepy?
gave him.
Is what creepy?
His only friends is like 12
Okay.
years old. And he's
Okay.
graduated.
He's a mom. Okay.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think it's really that creepy, mainly because, like, the stuff that he and Dustin went through, like fighting like weird dimensional dogs, is enough to bond anyone.
I would say it's less of a friendship. They're
No,
more
they're
like
friends.
They're more like family. Okay, he's like
yeah,
guiding
they're
him on
family, yeah.
how to get girls at the dance.
I agree with that.
Welcome
He's
to Olive
like his
Garden.
brother. He's like his little brother.
Exactly.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Olive Garden.
Hawkins. When you're here, you're family.
When you're here, you're.
Okay, let's keep going. So Robin, she comes up with a plan and she sees the air vents.
Mhm.
She's like, "This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna try to go through the air vents."
And
right?
what better person to put in the air vent than
Dustin.
the guy without collarbones?
Yeah.
Dustin can fit. He's like, I
He's
can
got
fit.
to.
But when he gets in that, and he's like, Steve, push my ass. I don't care.
Touch my butt. I
Touch
don't
my
care.
butt.
Touch
and
it.
he does not fit.
Yeah.
It's a surprise. Dustin does not fit. He's like 18 years. He's like 16 years old.
Yeah, I
something
think
like
he's
that.
like 16.
He can't fit.
He's
The
not gonna
man.
fit
The
that.
man is fat.
But then we get probably the best. He's not fat. Don't
I'm joking.
Don't
He's not
shame.
fat. I was
don't
wondering.
body
I was
shame
wondering
him.
who would say he's not fat first, but nobody said
Oh
anything.
my god.
So we get Erica.
He's fat,
They
though.
see Erica and they're like, we can fit Erica. Reminding you, Erica is Lucas's sister.
Wow. Yeah, Erica is Lucas's little
Erica.
sister, and this is now you understand. Hey, this is why Erica has been introduced. This is why we keep going back to this character because she.
One thing
can
that
fit
gets me, I don't like the scene with Erica next. I don't like the scene where they're sitting there with Erica.
and they're bribing her.
You can't
Oh
see
my
it.
God,
I don't like
love
the
that
bribing
scene.
See, that's such a good.
She
scene.
is scheming
Call
the
me-
whole
okay,
time.
she's like 8 years
Hustling
old.
them.
Erica's like 8 years old and she's talking about like advanced capitalism. Okay, it
Yeah.
makes literally no sense.
She recited a definition.
Yeah.
It's in she's in like 3rd grade. Okay,
You
Don't
can't
even-
spell America
She's-
without Erica.
Anyway,
alright?
though, they bribe Erica with ice cream. Okay, and
All
she
he-
says, "I'll go through the vents."
Okay,
Yep.
you just said that you can't believe how she's spouting off facts about capitalism, but she literally wants to get paid in all-you-can-eat ice cream.
Yeah.
That's they can't. They balance out.
The all-you-can-eat ice cream makes way more sense than knowing advanced capitalism. So you can take an economic class. I did. Okay.
Connor's mad
You're
at
not
Eric.
smarter than Erica.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than Erica, okay? She made me feel dumb and I didn't like her, okay? So, continuing on, she goes through the vents, okay? And they get her through, and she breaks in to the Russians' like secret room thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets Steve, Dustin, and Robin in.
And Batman.
And
I thought it was gonna.
Batman.
I thought it was gonna say Maya Hawke for a second.
And
you
Maya
thought
Hawke.
He
No.
always says Maya Hawke.
it was Maya Hawke.
Guys-
I was just trying to pause for dramatic effect.
Did
but
you
it really
guys
sounded
know
awkward.
that Maya Hawke is Ethan Hawke's daughter, who is also Robin,
What?
who is also in the Scoop Troop, the
What?
Scoop Squad,
Whoa.
No way.
Steve's band of misfits.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know that Steve's actor is Joe Keery? Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
And who's his dad?
Joseph Keery.
Mr. Curie.
Mr. Keery it is. He,
Alright.
in one of his Instagram pictures, he has a mustache on. He has a mustache.
Ooh.
Pretty hot.
The Hawk.
All right. So what did they find in the secret room?
They
Boxes.
actually find what they find is tapes to the spinoff of SpongeBob. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I looked it up. It's just a prequel to him in Camp Days where he learns campfire songs, and it's done in 3D animation. That's it.
What they really find is glass tubes full of weird
like, green
chemical.
It's like this weird like bright green shit.
If,
And what
you,
do you-
if you've ever seen a movie about Russians or anything,
If you ever seen Hunt for the Red October, then you know.
It's just Nickelodeon slime. That's all it is.
somebody's getting.
I
slimy.
just told you they found SpongeBob's tapes. It's Nicholas.
slime.
And what they do is they take it out and they pour it all over themselves, and they're like, "You're welcome to the Kids' Choice Awards. I'm your host, Joe Keery," and that's the end of the season.
You think Stranger Things is gonna win a Kids' Choice Award? They have to, right?
It'll get nominated for the Emmys.
All right, I'm gonna claim it here. Stranger Things season 3, Kids' Choice Award. Someone's getting slimed.
I'm just saying this, okay? If they get nominated, they have to follow us on Twitter
I don't
and give us shout outs.
Yes,
Because we
they-
just started their campaign.
legally have to. This is legally binding.
I mean,
Legally
I would
blinding.
settle for-
You hear me, Joe Keery? You hear me, Finn Wolfhard?
Maya
hear
Hawke?
You hear me, Maya Hawke? You hear me, Millie Bobby Brown? Follow us on Twitter and share our content. Please, we're begging you.
We're struggling.
We're on our knees. We're struggling.
We're drowning right now. Please help.
I will drown myself if you don't.
I sold my car for this podcast.
All we have is one mic and the shirts on our backs.
I mean, he's not wrong.
We upload this at the neighborhood library. We don't
No,
own laptops.
okay, let's be completely honest. It's the neighborhood Starbucks. We can't even afford to get to the library.
we can't afford Starbucks. We're at the McDonald's.
Oh,
We
shit.
stand on the sidewalk handing out our podcast like it's a mixtape.
No,
we are
dude.
grinding.
We literally just we just ask for someone's phone, turn on their hotspot, and upload it in the parking lot of a Walmart goods store. Okay, it's so bad. It's not a Walmart. Oh, it's so bad. We really need help.
We're getting mugged right now.
We're actually being held at gunpoint.
Please like and
Let's
subscribe.
okay, guys, let's hop back on this.
Okay. So once they find the liquid, they're like, okay, we're going to get this shit and we're going to get out of here.
They do not get.
They
out of there.
can't get out of there.
Nope.
Dustin's sitting at the elevator and he's like, what button do I press to get out? And he's
It's
like,
not. You just spoiled it. It's an elevator, guys. Surprise.
I didn't say anything about it.
You just said they're sitting there in the elevator.
They're pressing a bunch of buttons, and
Damn
then
it.
all of a sudden,
It goes down,
Goes
down, down.
And it doesn't stop going down, down, down.
but then we go into our next.
And that's the end of theirs. That's the
Yeah.
end of their episode.
Their story.
Their story. Their episode.
They're dead.
They died. Next we have Hopper and Joyce.
So Hopper
Okay.
just woke up.
He got beat up last episode. Let's
Yeah.
just do a little refresher.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got destroyed.
Hopper got destroyed. Okay.
Russian Terminator.
The
Yeah.
man got decimated.
So he wakes up and he's like, how long was I out? And Joyce was like, what'd she say? Like a couple days? He was out for a long
she said
time.
she said
12
like
years. There's a big
no
like time.
He was actually in a coma for 30 years. He wakes up and it's
He wakes up and he's Hellboy.
It's
I thought it was-
2019.
I thought it was like a day or two. He was out
It
for...
was literally like
Like a few
15
hours.
hours. It was like 15 hours.
It was
Woke
a
up
few
the next
hours.
morning.
But then he was puking everywhere, but Joyce took care of him and everything.
He throws up. He makes himself throw up.
God, can you imagine getting your ass beat so hard you throw up the next day? It's like getting a concussion.
He probably
Yeah.
did. But then Joyce is like, "Oh, I wrote down the license plate
I
number."
think we are forgetting the important part, okay?
What?
He wakes up and he's like, "Where do my clothes go?" And Joyce says,
Yeah.
"I took them off you. They were soaked." Oh!
She saw
Joyce saw
penis.
his
Man part?
dingling,
That's not true.
his banana.
She's already seen it
When?
behind the scenes.
Okay, well that's not the thing.
Anyways, also another cool thing is as soon as he wakes up, he's got a towel on. He goes to the fridge and grabs a beer. Like as soon as he wakes up, that's the first thing.
My man, dude.
He's like, "Where's my clothes?" Goes.
I think Hopper has a problem, dude.
So she has.
Maybe we,
so-
we need to get him to an AA
Yeah.
class.
So she says she has part of the license plate, and she's like, "I have part of this license plate, but not all of it." And he's like, "How are we gonna identify this car?" He's like, "You didn't even put the car in his name." And she's like, "It was a bike, not a car." And then he's like,
It was a bicycle.
"What?" And he figures it out. He remembers at the mayor's office, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
He saw a biker, a man, like a really man that matched the description,
Mm-hmm.
coming out there with a bike helmet. But here's the best part of the episode, okay? My favorite scene. Hopper's like, "Okay, we gotta go." He gets dressed. You know what he puts on? The style of the summer, baby.
It's the same shirt he wore to the date at Enzo's.
It's cuff sleeves, okay?
She didn't see him in it. All
He
right?
took that time to cuff those sleeves.
Do you think-
he tucked it in?
He French tucked.
And when
that
she
shirt.
when he opens the door, she's like, "What are you wearing?" But she's into it.
Yeah,
You
she-
can tell.
she likes
You
it.
can tell by the look in her eyes.
He
Listen,
probably hasn't washed it since
she
the
saw
date.
the French tuck and she was like,
It doesn't matter. Hopper has an animal magnetism that Joyce cannot comprehend.
Well, then the shirt does nothing then.
The shirt is what makes the
It's an
magnetism
enhancer,
happen.
all right? Come on.
Think of it like this: he's like a wild animal. The shirt's like the musk.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Consider that,
It's
okay?
just basic science.
It's
all
basic
right?
science, okay? You wear a
This
Hawaiian
is
shirt.
biology,
You wear a
guys.
Hawaiian shirt tucked in to your jeans.
If there's anybody
Ladies
out
everywhere.
here listening who has just instantly gotten laid from tucking in a Hawaiian shirt, comment. Please let me know if this works. Because I
works.
will buy a lot of Hawaiian
You don't even
shirts.
have a Hawaiian
Yeah,
shirt.
you don't even
can't
have a
even
Hawaiian
say
shirt.
I gotta find
Xavier
out
owns a
if it
Hawaiian
works.
shirt. We're going out this
No.
weekend. We're wearing Hawaiian shirts,
Hell yeah.
tucked into jeans.
And guess what? The pheromones that are going to be emitting out of that,
Pheromones.
Okay,
insane.
it's like a chemical reaction.
In some countries, it's illegal to wear it. Just because
A
of
Hawaiian shirt
the
tucked
amount
in.
of chaos that it causes.
Okay, let me tell you. I read a Cosmopolitan article. You know what it said? It's the style of the summer.
We've said cosmopolitan in every single episode of this podcast.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah. All right.
You know,
Billy,
these-
Cosmopolitan, and Maya Hawke. That's all we talk about.
That's
all
all
right?
we talk about. The style of the summer.
I don't care about anything but Cosmopolitan and Maya Hawke. Okay, let me tell you right now.
Okay. Hopper is in his Hawaiian shirt. They find
Tucked
out the
into
guy.
his jeans.
Oh my god. We
Okay.
are never moving on.
Any-
Then
Anyway,
they go to town hall. All right, and who they're gonna go see? Of course,
the creepy guy.
Mayor Larry. Okay, he calls him Larry the whole time, and he gets in there. He locks that door, and Mayor Larry is he's a bit of a dick,
He's a
and
huge dick.
Hopper's like, who's the guy that was on the bike that had the appointment before I went? He's like, oh no, the plumber. And it's obviously not the plumber. He's obviously lying. And he's like, and Hopper tries to threaten the mayor with like, oh, we found you with cocaine, we found you cheating on your wife, and he tries to
With the secretary.
Yeah.
He was a secretary.
he tries to threaten Hopper with
drinking on the
drinking
job.
on the job,
Popping
pills. Yeah, and this doesn't go well.
This is the biggest dick
Okay.
move of that whole conversation. He says,
The mayor
Don't-
stands.
he says, don't give me that sob story about your daughter dying. He's like,
Yeah, he
'cause
says that.
frankly,
And
I don't give
it's
a
done.
shit.
It's over. He shouldn't have said that. And the mayor gets up and he opens the door. He starts to open the door, and he's like, "I'll see you later." And Hopper shuts the door, locks it, grabs the mayor by the head, and slams his face into the wall, into the door.
Breaks
and breaks
his
his
nose.
nose.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
just a brutal beating. Okay, he's just beating the crap out of the mayor. And at one point, the secretary is like, "Oh." She's like, Larry, are you okay, Larry? And she tries to call the police. What does Joyce do?
She's got his back the whole way through. Pulls the power cord out of the phone and is like, who are we going to call? The cops? He's chief of police.
Yeah, it's savage, okay?
Yeah, that was
I love it.
That was a dope scene.
The best part is when he sees the ring on his index finger. He's like, "That's a really nice ring you've got there. Larry, and he puts his finger into the
Cigar
cigar cutter, okay? And he sets it up to where the sharp part of the cigar cutter that you cut the cigar with is on the ring, and he starts to push down. And it's like breaking his fingers.
I don't think it was on the ring. I thought it was on his skin.
No, it was on the ring. It was on the ring. The ring's like getting crushed, and so instead of cutting his finger off, it's just breaking all the bones, all like shattering the bone in his finger. It's like pushing down. He's like, oh! He's like, and eventually he snaps.
Yeah, he's like, tell me who this guy is. And he's like, I don't know his name. And he's like, but I know who he works for. He works for Starcourt Mall. He was like, Starcourt Mall. Who does he really work for? And he's like, Starcourt Mall. I swear. So now we know that the Russians are involved with Starcourt Mall, like we didn't already know before with Steven and Dustin.
But
I just said Steven again.
Yeah.
Steven.
But then the mayor, they go to the mayor's house, right, just for proof, right? And
Well, no, they had to get the receipts. Remember?
That's gonna be the proof.
the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the mayor, he gives them the receipts for Starcourt Mall, where it shows like where they like purchased the land and everything like that. And then, one thing, I just want to make a sidetrack real quick. Something that we haven't brought up before. The mayor, Carrie Ewells, he's one Robin Hood from Men in Tights. He's the guy from The Princess Bride.
That is the guy. I knew he was from Liar Liar
It's the one
too.
that says inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
I don't think that's him.
No,
That's not
he
him.
is like
He's not the guy
guy.
that's inconceivable.
no. I mean,
I've only seen
he's
it once, and I
Wesley.
didn't really pay
He's
attention that
Wesley.
much. Wesley Snipes.
No.
White men can't jump.
What?
That's Wesley Snipes. That's Wesley Snipes movie.
He's the
What do you
guy,
have
the
from?
prince or whatever, or the knight or whatever.
Oh, he's the prince.
yeah.
Yeah, he was in Robin Hood.
Men in Tights.
Yeah. He
That's
was
a really
Robin
good, That's
Hood.
actually a really great movie.
It's
It is
funny.
pretty good. I was like, how have we not realized that?
He's been in a lot of stuff.
It's because he's old and he really isn't that famous anymore.
Oh my gosh, how could you?
Outside of those movies,
What has he been in?
Saw?
Liar Liar.
Saw's
He's
not
been in
even
Saw?
a good movie. Have you ever seen the first Saw?
He's been in the first Saw. That's what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen the first Saw.
The first Saw is not that bad.
The rest of
Everything
them
else,
suck.
pretty
It's just
bad.
like torture.
Liar Liar. Academy Award winning.
Shut up.
I watched that movie all the time growing up.
That makes it actually less. That makes it actually worse in my eyes.
I like Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey sucks.
Okay, Hopper looks like Ace Ventura.
No,
What?
Hopper looks like a king.
With the Hawaiian shirt tucked in.
Just because he has on a Hawaiian shirt doesn't mean he
Listeners,
looks
okay,
like Ace Ventura.
He's a
I don't know what
detective
this
too,
man's-
okay?
I don't know what this man's issue
That
is
doesn't mean
with
that-
Hawaiian shirts tucked into jeans, with cuffed jeans,
Just wear one,
in
man.
boots. Just wear one. Just wear. I will lend you one of mine.
Listen,
wear it.
Listen.
Not the pink one though.
We'll go to the mall. We'll find the Hawaiian shirts.
Oh my God, are we
then we'll find the online price for the Hawaiian shirts. Then we'll price match.
And
Get an even cheaper discount.
We'll really bother an American Eagle employee.
And then we'll leave. And then you can wear it, dude. You don't know the power that comes.
You
with
and
it.
Erica would get along with the capitalism thing.
Exactly.
What's your issue with price matching? Okay, it's just business.
They do it at Walmart all the time.
Yeah, I did it at Target the other day when I bought Mario Party.
Yeah.
Got it for $10 off.
Do you do it everywhere?
Yes.
If it's cheaper, then why not?
Does everywhere like price check?
Most
Price match?
places
Yes.
do now.
Almost every place price check now.
Yeah, most big.
They'll price check. If you find somewhere cheaper, they'll give it to you for the same price.
Yeah, they just want
Do
your
grocery
money.
stores price? Nah, they
No.
probably don't.
What are you
You
gonna
have
price
to
check
know
a
that-
banana?
What are you gonna price
Maybe.
check?
This
Where are you gonna
banana's
go?
cheaper at
they
Dollar
don't.
General.
Okay, it's like if I go to Walmart and lettuce is cheaper at Walmart than at Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter lettuce is better than Walmart Harris Teeter. Walmart lettuce. Okay, we all know the truth.
Dude,
Okay,
I don't even know what you're talking about. Who eats the lettuce? I'm done with this.
I love me some iceberg.
Romaine.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to the episode.
Oh
okay?
yeah.
Anyway, though, they go to the mayor's
was a
house.
meld.
They beat the shit out of the mayor a little bit more, and they get the receipts from who bought the Starcourt land, and they have a bunch of other like properties that they bought too.
Yeah, and then they figure out when the land was bought out, they start talking about the power plant, and they were like, "What if the power plant is not?"
Well, all the land's near the power plant.
Yeah, which makes sense because that's why if the power plant's there, it could actually be big enough to make Joyce's magnets fall off.
Yep.
Right? That was a really bad way to explain
All
it.
about
but
the magnets.
But they start going around checking out these properties, and it ends with them crossing off a property off and saying, we got to go to the next one. And that's the end of their storyline. And now we're getting into the best storyline of the episode.
11 and Max.
It's really all the kids. Because this episode, they combine the kids.
They do, but we start out...
Thank God they did it.
Yeah, we start out with 11 and Max, though. They are, we start out with 11. It's raining, she's brushing her teeth, but she's having, like, flashbacks of when she, like, saw Billy and, like, all the crazy things that she saw. Because she's not buying it, all right? Happy screams is not enough. These weren't happy screams, all right? Something was wrong. Billy's off. And,
anyone could look at Billy and say he's off. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is Max thinking?
Well, the whole thing is, like, Max doesn't want her brother to be an actual, like, killer,
Well, she doesn't want him to be controlled by the Mind Flayer and taking over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like,
Well, she doesn't want to believe.
yeah, it's her brother. Even though in the last season they don't have, like, that great of a relationship or
It's still her
anything,
brother.
it's still a brother,
Yeah.
That's sad. But, she tells her, don't
Don't worry.
Max tells her, like, don't worry about it. It's
Yeah,
gonna
they're
be
fine.
okay.
They're fine.
It's all okay. Billy's just, like, a weird guy, And then she starts reading Wonder Woman.
They read
That's
a Wonder Woman
cool.
comic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What girl? I don't think girls often read comic books.
See, this is the problem
That's why
right
it's
now.
cool.
This is the problem right now. This guy over here, he doesn't think girls read comic books. He is your typical...
Male chauvinist.
There it is, Morgan.
Male
Oh, no!
chauvinist.
I'm not a male
Yes.
chauvinist. I'm not saying girls can't read it. I'm just saying that when I...
He's gatekeeping comic books from women. That's what he
Stereotyping.
is.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just,
guys.
it's just classic
Comic
case of male
listeners,
chauvinist stereotyping.
Comic books were
I'm
written by
sorry.
boys and they're meant for boys.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I'll leave the podcast forever.
Please.
So, but no, I'm not leaving the podcast, okay? But what happens actually, though, okay? They read Wonder Woman, and they fall asleep,
Yes.
and they wake up in the morning. And what do they wake up to?
This is a code red. Code red.
Code Red, baby! It is Mike, and he's harassing them over their walkie-talkie saying, Code Red. Max, this is a Code Red. And then she's like, leave me alone, Mike. And she
cuts off?
She turns it off. And then she gets a call, and it's Mike again. And he's like, listen, it's
Don't
back.
hang up.
Don't hang up. Mind Flayer's back. And so it cuts. And who is it? All the kids, except for minus Dustin, unfortunately,
Yeah,
are
that's
back
sad.
together.
Let's take a moment to realize how butthurt they were when she cut off the walkie-talkie. They were like, she cut off the walkie-talkie?
That's actually a pretty good reflection of when we first see Dustin earlier in the season, and he's calling everyone, but no one's answering, and he's
Yep.
so hurt.
Okay, no offense.
It's like the biggest
Yeah.
insult you can do is
No
like,
offense to
how dare
Dustin
you.
at the start, okay, but they waited out there till 10 o'clock at night. Okay, they waited all night, and he's like, "Oh, my friends ditched me." They didn't ditch you, dude. They just went home because it was really late, and they're 14 years old.
Except for Ella and Mike.
Yeah,
Ella and
they
Mike,
actually.
Ella and Mike did ditch them.
Yeah.
Because
They just wanted to make
they just
out.
wanted to make out and goof around.
My bedtime's at 6, and it's
Yeah, we have a curfew at 2:35.
Hey, they're in the honeymoon phase, okay? Listen, everyone's been there.
We've all been there. I've been there.
I haven't.
Uh-oh.
It's only been darkness.
Well, here's the thing: if you're in the honeymoon phase, that means you have to come out of the honeymoon phase, which
Come
is painful.
out of the honeymoon phase?
This is
You've ruined this podcast. No.
I ruined
all the
everything, I'm
children,
sorry.
all the children listening.
I'm sorry, 9-year-olds out there.
You've tainted their ears.
oh man.
I'm sorry, 9-year-olds.
You've ruined them. You've forced them into puberty.
Anyway, okay,
I thought that would have came out when we were talking about Billy, but in the most random time, that's when you decide to say it.
I'm sorry. I'm continuing on with this episode. Okay, we've lost track. Okay, this is just like the SpongeBob incident. Okay, so what happens is they say Code Red, and then it cuts, and all the kids are back together, minus Mike, not minus Mike, minus Dustin. Okay, and
Will's talking about the
Will,
Mind Flayer.
yeah, Will talks about the Mind Flayer. He's
And-
like, I can feel it in the back of my neck, guys. I
And-
know.
And finally, he decides to tell everybody that he's been feeling some weird shit. Okay.
Will is single-handedly the dumbest character in the show. Okay, literally, you can laugh all you want. Okay, but you know it's. Tell me your truth. Do you think Will is the dumbest character?
I don't think he's the dumbest, but man,
Who's the
he
dumbest,
should have
then?
told him. He should have told
Who's
him.
dumber than Will?
Who's dumber than Will?
Who's dumber than Will? Honest to God question.
Who's dumber than Will? I don't think we've met him yet. Well, yeah, we did. We met him in season 2. The weird guy with the glasses,
What weird
the
guy?
freaky guy, the guy that's all about sex.
That guy's not dumber than him. The
Oh.
reporter guy?
Oh no, he's like really smart, but he's weird.
Okay, he's weird, but no, Will is stupid. Okay, like Will's like, oh, I feel the same feeling I felt when the Mind Flayer was here.
He just
3 times in a row. Let me
wants
not
to play
tell anyone.
D&D.
4th time. Oh, maybe it's actually the Mind Flayer. Will.
He was like, at first I didn't want to accept it, but like.
Then I
He's
put my
bad,
wizard
guys.
robe on.
Now everyone's about to die, so I guess I might as well tell you guys.
Anyway,
The
though.
Mind Flayer's back.
Yeah, so they start talking about like how exactly they think the Mind Flayer is here. Because if you watch season 2, the ending of season 2, it was supposed to you cut off the body and it kills the head, right?
But it doesn't work. Will draws a picture, like every Stranger Things. He's like, what if someone got stuck out here with us? And basically everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah, so
maybe that worked.
So basically, when the Mind Flayer was in Will, and they closed the portal and killed whatever it was, the Mind Flayer. The piece that was still stuck in Will, when it left Will, when they closed the portal,
got stuck outside.
It got stuck outside in
The
the
funny
real
part
world.
is, I actually don't think that's how it actually ended up being in the show.
Yeah,
I think Will's just dumb.
I don't know, because I mean, it's a lot of like what ifs, but also what about the Russians opening the portal?
Yeah, Russians opened the portal. No, that's what I'm saying, okay? Will makes a lot of assumptions that are objectively all wrong.
Well,
Anyway,
he
though.
also is 12, so.
He's 12, yeah. Anyway, though.
He also is the stupidest Stranger Things character.
He is.
What about Mr. Wheeler?
Mr. Wheeler's smarter than him. He makes 6 figures.
What I do?
He does not make 6 figures.
Jonathan says he makes 6 figures in the episode.
He might
Pay
be
attention.
exaggerating. Okay.
He might be sad. Anyway, though, okay, we're gonna cut back.
Jonathan
So basically,
count
the
6
kids,
figures.
the kids go and they spy on Billy, and they're like, "Wow, dude, Billy's wearing a shirt. That's kind of weird."
And he's drinking a Slurpee.
I don't know what is with you and Slurpee.
It's okay. They said the Mind Flayer likes it when he's cold. He's in the sun. He's got an umbrella
He's
on.
not in the sun. He said the umbrella
What?
over him. He's just drinking a Slurpee.
He's got. He's trying to stay cool.
I drank Slurpees last year.
This just in, guys. Slurpees confirmed to be of the devil. If you're drinking a Slurpee, sorry, you're Satan.
If
He's
you're drinking a
just trying
Slurpee
to
or you're
stay-
named Billy or you have a mullet,
Or a t-shirt on, you've been flayed.
hella waits.
You've been played. I'm gonna be drinking lemonade with ice cubes in it this summer and be like, oh shit.
Morgan,
He's
you're
played.
already
He's
done.
played.
You drank. I know you got Slurpees last year.
I love Slurpees.
Anyway, though,
He's
so
just trying to stay cool. That's all I'm
they-
trying to say.
They're spying on Billy, and they're like, Billy's acting weird. We got to test this out. And they remember that if you're taken over by the Mind Flayer, the way to get it out of you is to apply heat. And so Mike and all the boys,
It's getting hot in
they run
here.
away, stop singing. They run and they're like, just trust us. This is a boys' mission. We got a really good plan. And there's a sauna in the men's locker room.
Oh yeah.
And their plan is to trap Billy in this sauna.
Yeah, heat
And
it up.
so they have this really good. So basically, what happens is
Hence the title of the episode.
yeah, the sauna test.
Sauna
He
test.
forgot.
And so what they do is they plan. So they plan to trap Billy in the sauna. So what they do is they start grabbing these materials, and it cuts to all these scenes. And if the first scene you see is Lucas apologizing to Will, and Lucas is like, it was a really cool campaign, and Will's like, nobody cares, Lucas. We've got much bigger things on our minds right now.
Yeah, Will's grown up.
He
Will's
does not want to
decided
play
to grow up.
D&D
He
anymore.
destroyed.
Will's
Fort
decided that
Myers.
D&D is for kids, although I still play it. So
D&D every Sunday. Let's go, boys.
yeah, every Sunday. And then it cuts to Mike and 11, and this is an awkward scene. They find like this it's like one of those like mannequins that you use to test like CPR on.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike's like trying to flirt with 11. Does not work. 11's
awkward.
pissed, and she's like, what if I need to hang out with other people, Mike?
My own species.
My own species. And then she runs away, and Mike's like, what?
And remember, Mike doesn't know. Mike didn't say that to her, and he's like, "You spied on me with your powers?"
That's not allowed.
Yeah. So she blew her cover.
Anyway, though, it's like these little meaningless scenes. It's really not that important, okay? And so what they do is they wait till the pool closes and they set up this mannequin in the sauna. And Billy takes a shower.
Oh.
And he gets out of the shower.
Yeah, he
okay.
does.
Oh, Morgan is really excited about this scene. But let
Can
me
we,
tell
can
you,
we talk about the shower scene a little more?
no, let me tell you, the scene that really got me like distressed. This is the most upsetting scene in the whole episode. Okay, more than Heather's parents getting killed. Okay, more than anything is that Billy gets out of the shower. Okay, this man does not dry off. Okay, he does not dry off. He is soaking wet, and he puts jeans on. Think about that. Skinny jeans.
His
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
His hair is like dripping wet.
He's like dripping wet. It is. He didn't even go he didn't even rub his hair with the towel. He did jack shit. Okay, absolutely disgusting.
Do you know how hard it is to put on skinny jeans just when you're dry? Putting it on wet, that's impossible.
Billy's really flexing on us. Okay, but basically what happens
It's like
is
I'm better than you. I can put these jeans on soaking wet.
Billy starts hearing these weird voices like, Billy, you're stupid and dumb. And Billy's like, where are you? I'm going to kick you out of here. And he sees...
The pool's closed.
He's like, pool's closed. He's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And then he just sees a mannequin and he thinks it's a real person. He runs into the sauna like a dumbass. And 11 just like blasts him into the wall.
Shuts the door.
They shut it and they lock him in.
Yeah, and then as soon as she throws him back... Billy hits the back wall and like lays down, and he gets up and runs through the door, and then all the little kids like scramble out of the closet, and they like shut the door, and they like slide a bar like in front of the door knob.
They chain it shut too.
Chain it shut.
It's like all this stuff.
It's like children from the corn. They all like run out at the same time.
Billy's stuck in there, and they crank up that heat.
Yeah, and this we were talking earlier about how Max is like it's probably a little hard to see her brother like be portrayed or be thought to be such a bad guy.
Yeah.
This scene right here, imagine like your sibling like being possessed by a monster, and you have to like just sit there and watch him like beg for his life, like don't do this to me.
It starts with him getting aggressive, and he's like pissed off at everyone.
Yeah.
And then he eventually starts begging. He's like, I didn't mean to do it. Like he made me. The shadow made me do it. And then they know. That's when they know.
Here's the question:
captured.
When Billy started crying.
I thought it was genuine. Yes.
Do you think that was the real Billy for the first little second, or do you think it was the mind flare, just kind of using some kind of like defense mechanism to try to get out?
I thought it was the real Billy because when he starts crying, it takes like a minute or two before Will actually senses the mind flare.
That's exactly the same thing.
So
I was thinking.
We know that Billy's still in there.
Yeah,
Billy's still in there, and
he's gotta be.
I need to get out there. While this is happening, Nancy goes and visits Miss Driscoll and sneaks in. But she's like, oh, I'm Miss Driscoll's granddaughter. And she sneaks in. And while they're in there, while Billy's in the sauna, Miss Driscoll and Billy start like getting like possessed again.
So as Billy gets hotter and hotter and hotter,
Miss Driscoll's getting more distressed too.
He's getting hot. So the hotter and hotter he gets.
Morgan says that every episode.
The hotter and the hotter and hotter he gets. But so he starts to freak out, like his body's going into shock, like the mind flare is starting to come out. Will senses that.
Will's grabbing his neck.
Yeah, he's grabbing his neck.
Will's tingling.
Yeah, so some shit is about to go down. So when Billy starts to go nuts, Miss Driscoll does too, which means
they're connected. It's like a hive mind, almost like everyone's kind of connected. And Billy grabs like this like shard of like the broken tile, and like Mike's like, Max, get away from this door. She ducks away right in time. Billy breaks the glass, and he like slams through that metal. He gets out of there.
He jerks the pipe out from the door handle.
He breaks the chain,
and then breaks the chain, and he's out. So that's the end of the sauna test. So they really can't.
They
force
know.
It out of
well,
it
they know.
anymore.
They can't force it out, but they know Billy is possessed.
Man, they were that close to getting it out of him.
I don't think they could, because I think his whole body's just taken over. I don't think you could get it out.
Also, imagine how bad that would be if he wasn't possessed and they just burned this man alive.
Just roasting him alive. Well, he would have.
He just dies in the sauna.
They would have known once he hit 220, because that's when he starts suffering.
I would have suffered if it's like above like 90. It was like,
I know, 220 degrees. That's like a water boiling level, isn't it?
You're dying.
Yeah,
you're dead.
So what is
that's got to be a safety thing issue.
I've never actually been in a sauna or a hot spring.
It's actually pretty nice. It clears out your pores.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, it looks like you sweat through your pores.
Cosmopolitan actually came out with a really cool article about.
Morgan, I'm not gonna sit here and be laughed at by a man that doesn't even own a Hawaiian shirt. Like a fuck.
Wow, dude, absolutely destroyed.
Yikes.
Anyway, though, so what ends up happening is Billy breaks out, brawl ensues. 11 fights him, and she slams like this it's like a bench bar with
it's a barbell with big weights on it.
Yeah. And she slams into him. Billy's like, nah, and he pushes it off him. Yeah. And like he's stronger than 11's power.
Yeah, he pushes it.
This is like when he's like raging out too.
Yeah, this is like peak, like climax freak out of Miss Driscoll and Billy.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when he throws the barbell off, he hits 11, knocks her down. He goes up, like grabs her by the head. It's like grabs her by the throat. And it's like choking her out. And I was like,
Who comes up?
11's dying.
Hero.
That scene looks like she was gonna die so hardcore. Like the music was playing. He was like staring all those kids in the eyes. He was like choking this girl
Everyone's
out.
scared except for one man.
Mike.
The hero of the story, Mike.
Mike saves her life once again.
Mike comes up. He
saves
comes
her
up with a pipe that Billy knocked off the wall, and he hits Billy right in the head. Slams that pipe right into his noggin.
He only hits him once because the second he tries to hit him again, Billy like catches it.
But then 11's like pissed.
Yeah, she's crying mad.
She's.
She is crying mad. Let me tell you.
Shut your mouth. And she slammed.
You get a mollusk crying mad, you can't be defeated. You can't defeat a mollusk when he's crying.
I've seen Morgan cry. Okay, and this man, when he cries, okay, he really just looks like a bitch.
You've never seen me cry.
I've seen you cry.
You've never seen him cry because if you'd seen him cry, you would be dead. Morgan said he
nobody's ever really seen Morgan cry.
Morgan said he could beat the Hulk if he's crying mad.
One time, Morgan told me that he could beat a 6'5" athlete while he's crying.
Morgan told me he could beat Thanos with all Infinity Stones if he's crying mad.
Who do you think you are?
One tear shed, and Morgan's gonna kill us all.
I'm inevitable.
Fuck off. Shut up. So what happens is 11 throws Billy through the wall, and like literally all that happens is Billy, like everyone's like, and then Billy just gets up and just starts just like jogging away, and and then they're watching him, and that's the end of the episode.
He's just like he's doing the get out sprint where he's just like running straight.
The thing that gets me is I wonder how like what happens after the episode ends, where they're all like standing in like a line with 11 in the middle, and she's like looking like really serious. Like when do they stop and like, well guys, he got away.
Yeah, like well, I guess that's that.
That's that, guys.
That's it. This is like not. It's not a spoiler to any of the levels you guys have said things, but this season you get to see like 11 use her like powers like one-on-one a lot. Like she has a lot of like
I'll
fight
argue
scenes,
that
like
11 does not use her powers as effectively as she could.
Well, every season she gets more and more stronger.
I know, but she could have. My thing is, okay, she could have easily dispatched a Billy. Okay, like just like split him in half. That's it. But we're getting off track.
She's not gonna split Billy
She
in
threw
half.
him through a wall.
If I was 11, I would just destroy him.
Yeah,
right there.
in front of Max.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, though, this is not
cold,
the end of the
dude.
episode. Okay, this is not the end of the episode, guys. The episode ends with Billy. Billy boy.
Told you're gonna end up with Billy.
Billy and Heather. Okay, and let me tell you, they're sitting there, and Billy's like, "It was her.
she could have killed.
She could have killed me." But Heather's like, "She can't kill us, Billy, you idiot." And then it like cuts and like it's all these people that have been taken over.
There's
just like Billy,
yeah,
just like
50
Heather.
people.
Like 50, 100 people all taken over by the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, and they're all like,
turned into like goop.
Basically like a third of Hawkins.
well, they're all
Yeah.
just standing there like statues, like looking towards the Mind Flayer.
But the biggest twist, 11's there.
No, she's not.
I'm
He's
joking.
a liar.
I bet there's one person out there that like heard that and they were like,
I'm
"What?
clowning. Yeah,
Did I
someone-
miss that?"
I'm clowning around, but someone heard that and they're like, "What?" They haven't even finished the show yet.
They actually just needed an extra.
Yeah.
So Millie Bobby Brown was on set early, so she had to fill in the scene.
Millie. But that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Alright.
So let's talk about favorite scenes.
No, let's talk about favorite characters of the episode.
Favorite characters.
Who's your favorite, Morgan?
I don't have a favorite. Let me think about this because I didn't.
Xavier, who's your favorite of the episode?
Does anybody have one in mind? Because
I have one in mind, but who's your favorite?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll start then, guys.
Yeah,
okay?
go ahead. Say what's your favorite.
So my favorite character was definitely Hopper this episode.
it's
And it's a little
always
bit
Hopper.
It's not always Hopper, okay? Maybe it is. But Hopper was so good this episode. Like, okay, because the mayor is just such a dickhead, okay? And like seeing him just beat the crap out of the mayor and like just be like that like threatening Hopper that we all know and love, and him wearing the style of the summer was just wild.
style of the summer.
Okay, like it was just great. I just loved him. I love Hopper. He's probably my favorite character in the show.
Do you have a favorite character?
My favorite character, I'm gonna say, is Miss Wheeler this episode.
Oh.
She does a really good job. That heart to heart with her and Nancy, it's a really good scene. And
That is a good
it's
scene.
like, you know, she really proves, you know, she's more than just a single mom trying to give
She's
a Billy.
not a single mom.
She acts like she is.
She's not trying to.
She wants to
She's
be a
more
single
than just a woman that's attracted to Billy.
All right. She's also a caring mother.
Yeah, she's hot. She's a full package.
You know what?
She really is.
I hope I get a Miss Wheeler one day.
You want
someone that wants to sleep with the lifeguard instead of me.
he wants a Miss Wheeler, but really he's getting a Mr. Wheeler.
I just want somebody to almost cheat on me, but like not do it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, listen, okay? If your wife almost cheats on you, that's not cheating, though. Yeah. Like, listen, he invited her out and she didn't go.
But she got ready to go. She put on makeup.
Yeah, but she decided that it was worth it to stay with you. So really, in the end, she's really doing you a favor.
Oh, man. That's like saying I had the gun to my friend's head,
but I didn't kill him.
I didn't kill him.
So in the end, you didn't kill him.
Technically.
It's attempted murder, though.
It's not attempted murder. It's not attempted cheating. She didn't go.
Potatoes, okay?
Potatoes.
Alright, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is...
He doesn't have one.
Erica. It's Erica.
Oh, the worst character of the episode.
Can't spell America without Erica.
She had the best one-liner of
capitalism
the whole...
is a free market system, and I'm 8 years old and I understand advanced economics.
Connor's so mad because he didn't understand it when he was 8. Sorry, you're dumb.
Listen, it makes no sense, okay?
I'm sorry that you're dumb.
The girl's not that smart in real life.
I can end this argument really quick, but I don't want... Okay, in future episodes... It's already confirmed. She's a nerd. She's smart. She doesn't want to...
Just because you're a dork doesn't mean that you're a genius.
Just because you're
I like
a genius...
nerdy stuff, but I'm not that smart.
Connor's
Look
mad
at me.
because he has a college degree, but he didn't know what capitalism was until last year.
I'm mad because I'm being upstaged by an 8-year-old.
Connor, spell capitalism.
CALPTLISM.
Capitalism.
Capitalism. You're welcome.
Anyways, Erica was my favorite character. Connor hated the scene with the ice cream, but I loved it. I thought it was genius. She's like, they have all this ice cream like sprawled out.
Hey, you're not supposed to talk about scenes yet. Just talk about your favorite character.
I was just saying that was a good scene. It might not be my favorite.
Connor's a little ornery now because he's
a little ornery.
Ornery.
He's getting upstaged by Erica. All right, Connor, what's your favorite scene?
Why do I do that to me? My favorite scene?
Yes.
You just put me on the spot.
Yeah.
But my favorite scene of the episode, my favorite one.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
My favorite one
the one you like more than all of the others.
Just say
more than everything else? Oh, my favorite one is definitely
the number one
there
scene.
Is so many filler
scene. It's definitely Billy in the sauna. That's the best. I think that's the best acting scene of the episode. And he, the way he like switches from like being aggressive to like being like kind of like vulnerable
best acting
was really good.
That's a
and
good
like
argument.
the way he seems vulnerable, then he suddenly switches to like being aggressive again and like fighting them. It was just awesome. Billy really does, I think, steal the show for this whole season. He just really does a good job at like conveying that threatening tone.
He's the main character though.
And like conveying that like, before this season, even with the Demogorgon in season 1, I don't think there's ever been a villain as more threatening or more like physically like threatening than Billy. My description would be like
physically threatening.
No, I'm gonna make a point here. Like like this. Like it's like the like the Dark Knight trilogy, okay? Like with Batman. The first 2 movies, like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, it's like he fights like he's like psychological villains. But the third one he fights like a very like physically threatening villain.
Bane?
Yeah, Bane. Bane's like physically stronger than Batman. And that's a good description for this season because Billy can beat Eleven's powers. And like the monster can beat 11 powers with just his like strength. And that's just really great. It's like throws a curveball because the second season got really bland when it was the same thing. And I think by doing that they did a really good job of like kind of like diversifying the villains and like giving them more of a threat than they had before. Push them to the limits. You said 11 gets more combat. That's because it's like they're pushing them to the limits that they haven't been at before.
Yeah. That's a good point.
That's a really good point.
So you guys...
we got to confirm here, Billy is better than Batman.
Billy's Bane.
Billy is the Bane of...
Billy can break Batman's back.
Okay, Billy straight up could break Batman's back, though. Like, this man's ridiculously strong.
Okay, I also think that you think he's so strong just because he's ganging up on a bunch of 12-year-olds.
Okay, you're saying that, but literally 11 slammed a bar with weights on it into his neck, and Billy literally goes like, "Oh, nah, fuck your powers." Then he captures the person that can literally move stuff with their mind, who has the energy to open a portal to another dimension, and almost kills her. And then the only reason she gets saved is because Mike hits him with a pipe.
But that's the mind flayer. That's like the mind flayer.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's the mind flayer. Like he's like a physically intimidating being.
Guys, I think the answer is obvious here. We need to forget about our Church of Steve and open a Church of Billy.
Church of Billy.
Church of Billy versus Church of Steve.
Yes.
That's a fight.
Which one? Billy versus Steve.
Okay,
who's the best?
Comment for Steve, like for Billy. Let us know what you think.
Who's going next on their?
Yeah. What's your favorite scene, Xavier?
My favorite scene.
I stole everyone's favorite scene, didn't I?
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude.
I have a different one.
Go ahead.
My favorite scene is not Billy in
You
the
say
sauna.
Erica.
It's not Erica. It's not Erica. Erica was my favorite character of the episode. My favorite scene
Maya Hawke.
is when Eleven and Billy fight. I think that the best acted scene is Millie Bobby Brown when she's fighting Billy.
Didn't I literally just say that? Did I literally just say that?
You said, I thought you said the best acted scene was when he was in the sauna.
I literally just talked about Billy fighting.
Well, my favorite, I'm gonna hop on the Millie Bobby Brown side of
He's
this.
hopping on the Billy train.
No, Millie Bobby Brown, not Billy Bobby
Just
Brown.
call her
Yeah, Billy.
L.
Call her Maya Hawke like you know she is.
That was my
Alright, so
favorite
you,
scene.
You
but-
like that scene because of L.
Because of L. I just think like she's like
Not 'cause
crying,
of
she's mad.
Belle.
I think
when she's
that,
being choked, that's like a pretty. I mean,
I think she's.
Morgan really liked that scene. For
I think
some
she's
reason.
the better actor in that scene. I think she's a better actor in that scene. I just do.
Actress.
Actress.
Well, what did she say?
I'm a male chauvinist.
You male chauvinist.
oh
I-
my gosh,
I can't
dude.
live like this.
I played myself.
You
Anyways,
played yourself.
I just really like the scene. Well, I was just thinking like the other day. Like, do you know how? Imagine how hard it would be to like act like you had superpowers, but like, and how stupid you must feel. Like when she's acting that out, she's just like holding her hands up with nothing and just like.
Dude, they
like,
paid
doing-
Robert Downey Jr. like $75 million to do that in Avengers Endgame. Okay, like he literally wears a green suit and just like he's like pew pew pew.
But I'm just saying, like you see it,
or stretching
like,
his arms out like an idiot.
Especially, well, I gotta say, mind powers are very hard to like act out. 'Cause
I know.
There's no like physical thing about it. It's just like
Yeah.
it's all up here.
It's
So
you like, it's like all in like the look you make and like, I mean, it's-
in the nosebleed. Everyone who has mind powers has like.
Actually,
a
what you
nosebleed.
don't know is actually Millie Bobby Brown cuts the inside of her nose before every scene, so she bleeds.
This-
It's true.
You've heard it here.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah,
Okay?
heard it here first from The Onion, the most reliable news source.
Xavier,
All right,
what's your favorite
scene? All right.
scene? Don't say Erica.
No, I'm gonna go back to my scene I was thinking about earlier. I like the scene where Jonathan and Nancy get fired.
oh,
Just because
Oh.
I think that he does like a really good job. One, because like he's yelling at him, but he's like he's being honest. Like he's in the right actually, even though we know that he's like messed up or whatever. And even though I hate the guy, like I hate his
He's
character.
such a dick.
He's still like the way that he's like firing them is perfect. He's like, let me tell you the truth. The truth is you disobeyed our orders. The truth is you trespassed. The truth is now our papers getting sued. And the truth is you're fired. And I was
Yep.
like, ooh. I was like,
Well, I really
like
liked.
that. I liked it.
I liked how
was
they
like,
filmed the scene like from like angles, from like weird angles.
What's the name
compared-
of that? What's the name of it's a certain type of like, shot.
I don't know the name of the shot, but they do it a lot in the movie Unbreakable. Watch that really good movie. M. Night Shyamalan.
is that the war movie?
Classic masterpiece. No, it's the one with Bruce Willis where he survives a train crash and is a superhero. And Samuel L. Jackson's in it. Anyway, though, they do like that weird like camera shots, and it's great.
Dutch angle.
The Dutch
That's
angle.
what it is.
That's
Dutch
it. Yeah,
angle.
Yeah.
I took intro to film class in college.
Same, dude.
I did too. Did we all take intro to
I
film?
got a B. I got a B plus in it. It was
How'd
not
you
my
get a
best
B
class.
plus in
You
intro
must-
to film?
Have tried to fail the
Literally,
class.
okay, you really can't make this up. I did not study for a test, and I got a 62 on it.
I didn't study for a test.
What? It's just watch the movie and talk. You
My
just
professor
remember
sucked.
what they said in the
My
movie.
professor sucked. I roasted her on the like
Rate my professor.
rate my professor. Not rate my professor. What's the the
Peer
teacher
evals.
evaluation? The peer eval. Anyway, though, she sucked. That was
Who
horrible.
was it?
Don't say it.
I don't know what her name was,
Aw.
and I can't say her name on the internet.
Yeah, dude.
But-
you know how many people listen to this? At least
23.
12 people would know.
17 people listened to our second episode. It's more than that, actually. But
Yeah, we're famous now.
I'll say this right now. intro to film. I also was like a second semester senior, so I did none of the homework. That should tell you where I was at, listeners. But, you know, that was just like I focused on other classes. But I think that's where we're going to end it tonight.
So your favorite scene was Billy fight scene. My favorite scene was Elle fight scene.
My favorite scene was
It's literally the
losing
same
their
scene.
jobs.
It's the same scene.
But it's the
You
Different
just stole my
points of
scene.
views.
You stole my scene.
Well, okay, you want my second favorite scene?
No.
No, we don't want it. Okay,
no.
we're gonna,
we got our 3 scenes.
Yeah, we
we're
got 3
fine.
scenes. We're done. Ian does not
All right,
look
what's your
happy.
second favorite?
What's your second favorite scene?
The ending scene with Billy and Heather.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
That's just like it ends it because it all goes back to what the million Billies said to the one Billy
That's it, Morgan. Okay.
to build. To build.
I'm just gonna end, I'm just gonna do what the Billy and Heather scene did and end it right here. Okay. Thank you for listening to the Mouth Readers podcast tonight. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on our eventual Instagram. We will post that on both our social media platforms.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like
too.
and subscribe.
Yeah.
It's a good investment. We are really good podcasters.
Yeah, you like our YouTube channel. We're lucky yours back. However,
Yeah, if you a like is a like.
yeah.
Okay, if you comment on this, you'll be actually
If
might
Joe
be our first
Keery
comment.
listens to our podcast, we might watch his next TV show.
Hey
Whatever that
Joe,
might be.
if you listen to this podcast, we will let you be a part of the next episode. If you want to be a guest star,
Yeah, that privilege.
feel free to anyone from Stranger Things. Actually, if you want to be in the podcast, just
we're not
reach out to us.
desperate, but if
We're
you
not
wanted
desperate,
to,
but
we
please.
could pencil you in.
We might be able to
probably.
pencil you in. Okay.
Listen, we can make an extra spot in this Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
You can sit right beside us.
It's a Walmart Fresh
Yeah,
Market.
this library
Oh,
parking
the
lot is
Fresh
totally
Market,
empty.
yeah.
Okay, listen. If anyone from Stranger Things wants to be in our podcast, we can upgrade. We can really upgrade to the parking lot of a Fresh Market.
Ooh, over Target. We
A
can be a
Target,
Target,
we can be a Target parking lot podcast.
Basically, anywhere with free Wi-Fi, like we could do.
We can make
Yeah,
that.
listen. Okay, we're gonna go to Kmart.
Also, you have to come to us. We cannot.
We cannot come
get
to you,
to
and
you.
we cannot afford to fly you out. But please come and visit our state. You just message us. We'll tell you where we are, and you can come sit in the podcast. You can come sit in the parking lot and record with us. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Our
Alright.
trailer is very nice. We'll clean it up. We'll vacuum.
We actually don't have a trailer, but we sit on the street. Thank you for listening tonight, guys. Okay.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.